Hello, you are welcome to Flourish ICT Academy. Today, we are looking at very important topic that will change the way you work in Microsoft Excel. Have you ever added new data to an Excel sheet only to realize your charts or your formula did not update or copy down? You are likely working with a range when you should be using a table. A lot of people think that when we talk about table, that it is only in Microsoft Word, but there is table in Excel. Today, I'm going to show you why converting a range to a table by hitting Ctrl T on your keyboard is the single best thing you can do for your data to get the best out of your data. Now, let's define what do we mean by a range. Look at my screen here. You have the month. The column A, we have the month, this data. Column B, we have the product, the unit sold, the unit price on column D, and then the revenue on column E. How do we arrive at the revenue? Remember, unit sold multiplied by unit price is going to give you the total price. So that is the revenue and how it is calculated on this data. So this data has 5 columns, as you can see here. This is what we call range in Microsoft Excel. It is just a collection of independent cells. All the data you have here is a collection of independent cells. What is the problem with this? It is static. If I had a new row at the bottom, now let's start by just calculating the total revenue over here. If I come here and I calculate the total revenue by doing equal sum, okay, and you fill in, you align the range, close it, and then you have your total revenue over here. Now look at the problem with this. If I have to come to the new row, okay, this is my formula, assuming I come back the next day or even the same day to continue to work, and I have to update this data. The problem is that this total that we have here for revenue is not going to be updated. So that is the number one trouble with working with range. Let's try that, okay? Let's come over here and use the month January. Let's add another product, maybe this time around laptop, and then the quantity that we sold in January is 42, and then the unit price is probably 250, okay, 1,000. And then you have the total over here. It has been calculated, unit price multiplied by unit sold, and then we have. Now, notice something. Our total revenue is still the same here. It's still E11 to E2 to E11. From this point to this point is what is added here. Every other addition that we are doing, and you remember, as a data entry, if you make sales today, you make sales tomorrow, you make sales next tomorrow, you are not going to wait. You just want to know what's the total sum at the end of each day. By the time you continue to update this data, your total revenue remains static. That is the number one problem, okay? And also, if you want to filter, you have to add them manually. If you are going to filter, for example, now, what's the total for keyboard? For example, let's calculate the total revenue for keyboard here. This time around, we are going to use sum if. If you don't know how to use sum if, go check other trainings I've done on Microsoft Excel. I have a complete series of Microsoft Excel training for beginners. The link is in the description section of this video. You might want to check that. So we go ahead and write equal sign, then sum if, double click. All right, then we select the range. This is where we are going to be checking the condition, the range, put a comma. The criteria now is going to be in quotation keyboard. We want to know the total revenue for keyboard. So we're going to write the keyboard here as our criteria. Then you put criteria in the quotation. Then you put, again, you go ahead and put a comma and then sum range. So you're going to add, select all the range. Okay, I think we should stop. Right. Let's get to this point. Okay, and then hit enter. Now we have the total for keyboard. This is just for keyboard. You can use the same formula to calculate for monitor how much revenue is from each of the product that we have here. So another problem with range is if I want to filter just to know the total for monitor, for tablet here, or just to show them on the screen, I have to do it manually by coming to data and then coming over to filter. All right, so you can see the process. This is a manual way of doing it. Uncheck all of these and check only for monitor and do this. That is a lot of stress and it's going to take us more time. So that's number one problem that we have with working with range. Working with range. Now, let's do the same thing that we have done here for this same data in a table. What do we do? Let's duplicate this particular data first and foremost. So let's copy everything that we have here up to this point without the last data that we had at the other time. Let me open another sheet and I'm going to paste this. Okay, now we remove the total that we have here. We want to convert this data to a table. So put your cursor inside the table, inside the range, the data that you have, or you highlight it. Just put cursor there and hit Control key plus letter T. Remember, CTRL plus letter T on your keyboard. That's all you need. So click inside there, Control T. Right. Then you are going to see the table choose at the top here. Upon create a table, where the data for your table is already selected. That's from A1 to E11. That's correct. And then my table has header. Ensure this is checked. Okay, whenever you are doing this, and then click OK. Now, you can see that there is a different look on how your data is looking right now. This is how to convert a range of data. This is your normal data to convert it to a table. Now you can see this is very important. When you do the control key, you have the range converted to a table. Now you are going to get a professional formatting brand, as you can see, the blue heading, and then notice the design tab at the top. If you look at the top here, you're going to see the design tab at the top here. Look at it. There's a design tab here. So whenever you see this at the top of your data in Excel, it means you are actually working on a table and not on a range of data. Now, what is the key difference between what we have here and what we have before over here? It is very simple. The key difference is dynamic expansion. Dynamic expansion. If you are going to enter a new data at the bottom, that's the biggest difference. Your table is going to be live. When you type a new row at the bottom, the table is going to automatically grab it and reflect that in the formula. So let's come over here and first of all, do the same thing that we did. Let's do the calculation like we have at the other side. Okay, let's say we have the total sum and we're going to add all of this together. Now, take note of something. You can see table 2, revenue, the way it is written there. Then you have the total sum, which is the same as what we have here. 116,340, 116,340. Now, let's add the same data that we added here. Our laptop, I'm just going to copy it, okay? And then copy it down to this point, paste it, right? By the time you hit enter, you can see what happened. This one was 116 that we have before, 340. Look at the total now. Automatically, the total has been updated. So your table is dynamic. Whatever I'm adding here, so if you come back the next day and you continue to work, you're a data entry person, you're updating your own record, you don't need to come back and recalculating the range, that gives you the answer. You are going to have it automatically updated. That is the second difference that we have over the dynamic expansion. If it is a chart that we plot as well, the chart will be automatically updated. Whatever we had there will be automatically updated in our chart. And if it is formula like you have seen for total revenue, that is also going to be automatically updated. So in a range like we have on this sheet, you have to manually go back in order to have this total that I have added, right? This new line row number 12, the new record that we added. In order to have it sum here, I have to come here and change this one from E11 to E12 in order to have it, like we do have in a table. So how many times are you going to be coming back to do that before you can actually have your total added together? That's one of the major advantages of actually converting your range to a table. Now, let's look at another one, calculated column. Let's assume that we have a column here. We want to add tax. And then this guy is going to pay a tax for each of the products. Let's say the tax is 10%. The 10% is 0.1. Okay, so we come here and do equal sign, the revenue. Each of the product we pay tax multiplied by 10%, right? And then we do enter. What happened? We only have the answer here. It's not going to auto-fill down. Let's go ahead and do the same. So for us to have the same, tax applied to all other record that we have to auto-fill by grabbing this undo and then fill it down, okay, in order to do that. So, but if you are working with table, you don't need to do that. Just write the first one, come over here, and then do tax. You come to your table, equal sign, revenue, multiply by 10%. Enter. You see, what happened? Automatically, your data will be filled. Each of the column will be filled down automatically. The moment you hit enter, the formula will instantly feed down to every single row. If you have 100 rows, you have 1,000 rows, it doesn't matter. It's going to feed down for you. Okay, that is another major benefit of working with table, converting your range to a table. And if you check out the formula as well, you can see at revenue, this is called structured reference. Okay, I'm talking about this in your formula bar. Look at it. This is called structure reference. Unlike what we have as a static reference here, look at it. What we have here is just B2 multiplied by, however, we have it at revenue. Now, let's look at the third one. This third one, for me, I think is the most takeaway. Is the most important benefit of converting your range into a table, and that is the total row. So in the table design tab, I said it that if you are working on a table, if your range is converted to a table, you are going to see the table design tab. On your ribbon, click the table design tab, and you are going to see this option, total row. This total row that we have here is not available in the range. So just check it. Click on it to check the total row. Now, the moment you click on this total row, you are going to have the total automatically added for you. Excel add a row at the bottom. Can you see now? You call it total because I check on that. I'm not the one that typed the total. Excel automatically had a row at the bottom where you can pick sum. It's not only total that you can do here. In fact, you can click here, you are going to see a drop down. Look at it for the revenue right now. If I click here, I have a lot of other options. Look at it. I can click on the average. I can even count the number. Look at it. This is the average. If I want the sum, I can easily do the sum. So you can see. Now, let's go ahead and just try to add a comma separator to this to make this look better, and then expand this column. Now, you come back to this. You can see the drop down. Minimum. That's the minimum revenue that we have. The sum. This is the total sum. You can see it's easier for you to do a report just with this. This is the average. You don't need to be writing the formula. If I have to do that here, I have to come here and write average, right? You do the average and then you write the formula. You have to come here and do maximum sales or the highest sales, okay? And then you have to use the math function to know the list of the sales as well. You have to use minimum as well, and you come here and write the formula. That is a lot and a lot of stress. But if you are working with table, you can just come to the table design, check on total like we did, and then you see the drop down. If I want to know the total for this one as well, look at it. You can do maximum, you can do sum, you can do minimum, you can do standard deviation. So all of that, the unit sold, the total unit that was sold, I don't need to write the formula. Just come over and do sum. 717. That's the total unit that was sold. So that is another important benefit of converting to table. Okay. And even if you filter your table to only show maybe a laptop or monitor, the total update will show only the sum of the filter row. That is fantastic. Let's go ahead. Look at it. Our filter is here. We don't need to go to data and then click on filter. Automatically, the moment you convert to table, you have the filter button shown on your header. So I can go here and just filter by, okay, this unit sold. Let's filter by product. We just want to filter by monitor, uncheck all, and then check only the monitor, okay, and then do okay. Look at what happened. So the monitor, the total item for monitor is 189, and then for here, this is the subtotal for the monitor. You can see for the unit price, and then the revenue. That's our focus, okay? This is the subtotal just for the monitor. I can see for the monitor alone here. Instead of me to even write the formula that I use here, revenue for keyboard, I can just use that here. Okay, I can come over here. Let's go back to the product. And then we're going to choose keyboard this time around, keyboard, and uncheck this. Okay, right. So you can see now, this is our revenue for keyboard. Keyboard, December, January, and April. Those are the 3 months that we have sales on the keyboard. And this is the total revenue for keyboard. Let's go over here and compare it with what we have. So revenue for keyboard here is 61,550. And then we have 20,000. Okay, let's check that. All right, revenue. Let's come over here. This is sum. Exactly. You can see initially we're on average. This is sum. This is the total for keyboard. You see that it's the same with when we use the sum E formula to calculate it. So working with range actually make you to do a lot of work. Like you can see what I was going through here. I have to write a different formula. So whenever you have a range, a data set in Excel that is in a range, is good and better to convert it to table, and it will make it much more easier for you to actually work with. So to recap on what we have discussed, ranges are for static data, maybe simple list where structure does not matter, where report does not matter. Are you getting me? But if you're an aspired data analyst, or you are the type that work in an environment where you need to give a report, which is very common with working with Excel, then it will be good to actually convert your range to table before you start working on it. Tables are for data that grows, that needs formula or power chart. If you are going to do a chart with all we have done, maybe I just want to plot a chart for the sales we made on keyboard, the sales we made on our monitor. You want to have everything to show in form of a chart. I tell you, you are not going to really like to work with range in that case. That is not going to help you at all. So stop treating your data like a static list and start using the power of table. If you find this helpful, then go ahead and like it, share it with someone, and subscribe also to this channel. Beyond that, you might want to join our community. Just go ahead and click on join. You are going to have access to a lot of other training that is not available in the public space. And if you want to have a one-on-one class with me, why not? A lot are already doing that. Check the description section of this video as well, and you are going to see the direction to go about that. I hope you have learned something today. If yes, please go ahead, practice this, and drop your comment in the comment section. See you in the next one.